Here's your Farm and Ranch report from the Montana Ag Network.
Welcome back to the Noon News. Today's report comes from the 100th Montana Farm Bureau Convention here in downtown Billings. A lot of folks from across the state are here discussing the issues impacting the state's #1 industry, but we have a very special guest hailing from the state of Georgia, but he is the president of the American Farm Bureau Federation. Mr. Zippy Duval joins us. Zippy, what's it like being here in the Big Sky State, joining Montana Farm Bureau members?
Well, it's very exciting to come here and help them celebrate 100 years of Montana Farm Bureau, and also today the anniversary of American Farm Bureau.
Now, it's been 100 years, and it's a tough go in the ag economy right now, but there's a reason that the Farm Bureau was started 100 years ago. Same conditions were going on 100 years ago. Let's just talk about the grassroots efforts that have gone over the last century to help the nation's farmers and ranchers.
Well, the economy's like the market is. It's up and down, and we all strap up tight and try to survive the lows and enjoy the highs. But issues continue to hit agriculture in and out, and the grassroots is where the power and strength of this organization is. That's why I come out to state conventions, travel out to farms and visit them to hear about their issues on their farms so that I can relay their message to Congress and to administration.
Now, this morning at the Century Club breakfast, you talked with the farmers and ranchers attending about, you're from the Southeast. Your farming and ranching operation's a little bit different, but you're committed to learning about all that happens here in the West.
I am. You know, you always spend a lifetime in agriculture. You think you know it, but you really only know your little piece of it. So when I came west, I was just really interested in the issues that were facing the ranchers out here and realized that we really don't talk about them enough, and they're just as important as farmers in the Midwest or the South or the Northeast. So I've tried to highlight them a lot during my travels and my time on Capitol Hill.
Well, Zippy, stay with us, and for our friends at home, we'll have more from the 100th Montana Farm Bureau Convention right after this. Back this afternoon from downtown Billings at the centennial celebration of the Montana Farm Bureau. The American Farm Bureau President Zippy Duval from Georgia is joining us. And Zippy, a lot is going on in Washington, D.C. I know you hang your hat up there half the time there at the Farm Bureau office. Trade. Let's talk about USMCA and an update for our friends at home today.
Sure. Well, obviously everybody knows USMCA was a renegotiation of NAFTA. We've got a new set of rules in there. It's going to dictate what's going to happen in other trade treaties, which is a very good thing. So we're looking forward to the Speaker bringing it to the floor and having a vote on it. I got to take my hat off to her. She's worked real hard through her working groups. Mr. Lighthizer, take my hat off to him. They're trying to work out their differences so they can get it on the floor. We think the votes are there, and we need a big, strong, bipartisan vote so we can show the world this president can negotiate a trade treaty, get it through Congress, and show that agriculture in rural America is still important to the American people.
And finally, Zippy, what is your message to those farmers and ranchers that are out on the ranch today? They weren't able to make it to the convention. What's your message to those that are working day in and day out in rural America?
Well, you don't have to come to the state convention. You go to your county farm bureau because that's where it all starts. That's the most important leg of our family. And if they give their voice at the county level, it'll make it to the state level, onto the American level, and then we'll work on it each and every day through Congress. But the key message is to stay involved. Not just in policy making for our organization, but call that congressman, call that senator, tell them you want USMCA on the floor, you want to vote on it, tell them what the issues that's doing to you on your farm, because when they do that, it completes the circle of our work that we do and the state's work and the county work.
Well, Zippy, thank you for traveling out here and helping celebrate 100 years, and happy birthday to the American Farm Bureau today as well. We'll continue to cover the event throughout this week. In Billings, Lane Nordland, MTN News.